go and try your luck. Test me in again, we let it rain. Please don't start us up. Got that black and white, that yin and yang. Mr. Officer, please don't search us, we don't got a thing. Tell her park it up, then that be poking out them jeans. I've been sparking up, like the fireworks, I keep the flame. Heard you parking up, this the wrong tree, I got the strings. Yeah, I'm charging up, they can't keep up, got them looking drained. Now they walking up, trying to put the face to the name. I pull up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for tuning in to another episode of the GOW, the Generational Wrestling Podcast. As always, you are truly the franchise, aka the showstopper, better known as the GOW's resident tribal chief. And with me, as always, I got my tag team partner, my brother, my family. He is the flash in the room, Mr. 1, 2, 3. Pin that ass down, K Breezy, aka King Too Cold. Better yet, tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we giving y'all a special Hoodie King edition, bro. What's good?
What up, man? What up? What up? What up? You know what it do, man. It's that Friday night block party, man. It's that After Dark special, baby, where it's gonna get real adult, real gutter, real gritty. So you know, let's do what we do. Let's talk that talk, man.
Well, you know, we about to shoot from the hip and do what we do. Hey, look, man. So look, all right, right now we got Rampage going on, but we got to recap what happened on Friday Night SmackDown, bro. A lot happened at the end, man, which is really gonna be the focus of this. But man, really quick. So we left off on episode number 1, man, the first part of the show tonight. We left off with Carmelo Hayes versus Grayson Waller. Melo ended up picking up the victory.
He pulled it out. I didn't think he was gonna pull it out, but he pulled it. Hey, Carmelo got his first victory, man. You know, not all the NXT people come up and get their first victory. Some of them take that loss, but they have a good showing. They look good in the first match, but they don't never really win the their first match. But he won tonight, he moved on in the tournament. So hey, Melo, he is him. That it is what it is.
And speaking of him, man, he had to let that boy Kevin Owens know in the back, like, hey, bro, look, I respect you. I understand everything you did, what you got going on. But he like, hey, look, man, I ain't nobody else. I ain't Waller. I ain't Theory. You ain't about to be pushing me around, and pretty much let him know, like, hey, bro, look, I need this more than you. I'm coming for that. I'm gonna need you to run that. So, of course, in the next round, it will be KO versus him, Carmelo Hayes. Looking forward to that.
And that's funny. And I didn't mention that. And I talked about all the scenarios. That was the one scenario I didn't mention was Carmelo versus KO. But that was like the last thing I was thinking. I'm like, nah, they're not gonna do that one. I could see them putting one of the giving some adversity, and it would be more of one of them that would cheat. Especially Waller, since he lost to Carmelo, I could see him trying to help Theory win. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that would have made better sense than KO coming out to help Theory. KO to coming out to help Carmelo. But it is what it is. We got what we got, so we're gonna see how it do. Right now, man, we got Devon Erichs in the ring with Orange Cassidy debuting on Rampage.
Well, the funny thing is about KO, I'm gonna be honest with you. I figured with them playing into the whole broken hand gimmick, I'm like, oh, ain't no way in the world he about to beat, Austin Theory with a broken hand. And Austin Theory actually put on a hell of a showing tonight. Like, he looked really good. Like, Austin Theory kind of reminded me of like why I fell in love with him back in this NXT run. So, no, absolutely.
Even why I like him when his main roster run. Other than the whole little egg shit with Vince, he wasn't bad as a United States champion. He had some moments. It just got to a point where they kind of just wasn't doing nothing with him. Like, that was the problem. It was when you wouldn't see him on TV for 2 to 3 weeks. And it's like, yo, you got this hot United States champion. You can put him in some good matches. You were giving him opportunities. You were letting him, bang with some of the big stars. So it's like, all right, continue to let him run. But then again, booking issues, just indecisive decisions. And yeah, he kind of just caught the end of that.
It's funny you said the golden egg hunt. I forgot all about that shit. Why you up here giving me flashbacks and nightmares of Vince McMahon?
Hey man, because man, for every good there's something bad.
Absolutely.
Man,
speaking of, man, so we get a bloodline segment, but then we get Karrion Kross, dude, and he says it's time for a reset. Hopefully, I know, and that's why I'm talking about it, because you and I, man, dude, we've said we feel like, man, it might be too late for Karrion Kross. He just really started to find his groove back on the independents before getting brought right back into WWE. Didn't really give people a chance to really forget, the blunder of a main roster run he had last time. Dude, do you think we need to have Karrion Kross off TV for at least the next 4 to 6 months?
Off TV. I mean, it ain't like he really been on anyway. But I mean, he had the match with Bobby Lashley, but that was about it. Outside of that, really, outside of that, I ain't really, I can't give you more than that, man. He's been off TV enough. I think he may be one of them guys that get let go.
Yeah. Dude, you know what? Okay, so just because I'm going to get this out the way, Mia Yim, Zelina Vega versus the Kabuki Warriors. I must say, I'm very... I don't know. Mia Yim, man, she keep changing back and forth. 1 minute she got the 10s, 1 minute she don't got the 10s, 1 minute she on TV, the next minute she off TV. Zelina Vega, it just kind of seems like she's there to be there. Do you think, man, there is an actual place on the card for them to do something meaningful with Yim and Vega, especially Yim, considering they went out of their way to get her when she was on her hottest run on the independents, again, like Karrion Kross?
I mean, but you know, there could be a moment where they try to, but for the most part, man, I've kind of given up on it right now because the Kabuki Warriors, the damage control alone already is a stacked enough villain card. Now, maybe with Charlotte being out, we'll see somebody step up. I think we'll get that, so we'll see who that is. But yeah, I don't really see much out of Mia Yim, man.
Well, it's funny. It's funny you say that about Charlotte. What's not funny is the fact she's going to be out for the next 9 to 12 months with that knee injury, bro. We just had Charlotte out. Yeah, we just had her out for an extended period of time. Now she's out again. I know we was wondering, like, damn, okay, will she at least make it back in time for Mania season? Man, she might not even make it back in time for SummerSlam season. Dude, as far as Charlotte, she's not a spring chicken, brother. You know, do you see her, man, the next time she come back, that probably being her last full-time run in WWE?
No, because she's stubborn. She'll be like her dad. She'll be wrestling. Plus, she's at a good, you know, age where she still can heal up. It's just unfortunate. It's not like Charlotte hasn't been going tough since she's came back. It's not like we haven't not seen her. It's not like she hasn't been in matches. It's not like she hasn't been doing crazy stuff. Even when she did get injured, she's finished the match out. Like, Charlotte's tough, so she's one of those people right now. She still feel like she can do it. She gonna do it. She gonna be stubborn like her daddy. But I feel like she's definitely gonna have the total most women's title reigns ever.
I'm right there with you. Speaking of women's title reigns, man, Bayley, she cut a backstage vignette, a promo during the vignette, saying, you know, it's time for Damage Control to get all the gold. And with Charlotte being out, man, I think, you know, right now, if you wanted to, you can kind of hold off on them, you know, beating the piss out of Bayley, because it clearly seems like they're going in a slightly different direction right now. Bayley acknowledged the fact that Dakota Kai is the mastermind behind Damage Control. We got her saying the Kabuki Warriors need to go out and get them women tag team chips. We also got her saying that she's going to enter. She's the first woman to declare herself for the 2024 Royal Rumble. And she's already got her eyes set on mommy, Rhea Ripley. Dude, okay. Now, I didn't see this, but can you see it now with the women's division looking how it is? Can you see the Kabuki Warriors and Damage Control as a whole carrying all the women's gold?
Yeah, without Bayley, because her calling Dakota Kai the mastermind. I see a mastermind plan for her to get to not win the Royal Rumble and for Dakota Kai to possibly win it, but I doubt that. But that'll be a way of screwing Bayley out of it, and then like them kicking her to the side.
Damn. So you still see that boot to the ass coming?
Oh yeah.
Damn. Okay. All right, man. Okay. Hey, man, look. You caught me off guard right there. You caught me off guard.
I don't know why. You still giving her hope. Ain't no hope. What up, Clive? Ain't no hope to have. She gonna get them boots. You know what I'm saying? She's still talking about it's her plan, my plan, when my vision, my girl, you about to get booted real quick. You just making them look good, but they about to boot you.
Oh man, you know what's crazy? You know who I think is gonna be the one to do it? I think it's gonna be EO. I think EO is the one that's gonna light her ass up. I don't know why I feel like she gonna be the one, but I feel like EO gonna be the one to do it.
I mean, when you really think about it, they don't need somebody to go to the whole other show. Now, here's the thing: it could work in their favor if Bayley somehow beat Rhea Ripley. And you would think, well, Bayley's on Raw by herself. Damage Control is the tag team women's champions. They can go to both shows. So she can always show up with some backup. So yeah, you can always have, it's always going to be a little bit there until they decide they don't care. But if that happened, she ain't winning the world championship, so we're not even going to worry about it. So you'll get Io as the women's WWE champion, and you'll have the Kabuki Warriors as the women's tag team titles, and then you'll have Dakota Kai as their kind of mastermind mouthpiece, and there you go. They the most dominant women's faction in WWE. They don't need the other belt. And plus, that's if they decide they want to play it like that. I don't know how long they'll play it like that, but I don't know if Bayley's at a point where you would want to see her beat Rhea Ripley. Like that. It's like, if anything, I would want to see Rhea Ripley beat her. So it's
and honestly, the way they're going right now, I think if anybody eventually will be Rhea Ripley, I'm thinking more so Nia Jax, if not Nia, probably Raquel,
Nia, Shayna. I told you, man. I already told you there's like a handful of them that I can see giving Rhea Ripley that work for WrestleMania. So yeah, it won't be Bayley. Bayley's the least. She's at the bare bottom, man. I don't see Bayley get another title run for a minute until she starts to go after Damage Control after they kick her out.
Okay. And then after this, maybe we get the segment. We get Jimmy and Solo. They in the back. Jimmy says, "Hey, look, man. Roman and Paul. They've been talking for a while. I feel like it's a setup." And he asks, Solo, like, "Hey, bro. Hey, let me talk to you. If something happens to me, you would tell me, right?" And Solo, he didn't answer right away, but he kind of gave him a look, and he up there, getting his hand together. He's like, "You my brother," but he didn't say yes or no. He just said, "You my brother." So that was a nice little. Even Jimmy kind of like,
but he gave him that look like, "Yeah, I'm gonna still give you this thumb to your throat."
Well, let's not forget, this is not the first time we heard it, but Roman Reigns reiterated it tonight. Solo Sikoa is next in line. He is the heir to be, the next tribal chief, the head of the table. Now, we already had, Jimmy turning on Jay because of jealousy. Do we see Jimmy trying to turn on Solo before Solo turns on Jay? I mean, Jimmy.
No, you can see Jay ain't gonna be nowhere. Jay's gonna end up dealing with Jimmy. Like I said, that's gonna be this thing because he's gonna feel some type of way. Solo's above him, Jay's above him. He's the least. He's got to feel important. So yeah.
Okay. And then speaking of Jimmy Uso, man, we had Jimmy Uso versus Randy Orton in the main event, man. That match wasn't really nothing, It was just pretty much you had to have it happen because it seemed like Randy Orton gonna make his way through the bloodline on his way to the Royal Rumble. So of course, go against the head of the table, the tribal chief, Randy Orton. We had Orton ended up picking up the victory, and then after that, you got LA Knight trying to make the save after Orton got his ass beat up by Uso and Solo and Roman. And then, bro, we get that music, the phenomenal AJ Styles, who's been out of action for the longest amount of time in his career. He's back. My boy hit that boy Roman with a phenomenal forearm. We got Randy, we got AJ, we got that boy LA Knight, all standing in the ring, looking at the bloodline. And then out of nowhere, my boy AJ just went full psychopath and clothesline.
I feel like he owed that to him. But I just can't think of why he owed that to him.
Yeah, dude, because that felt personal. That felt personal. But I can't think of a time where they interacted on the main roster though. They didn't fight in NXT, did they?
No, but I think there was an issue when LA Knight was on the roster and he was kind of being a douchebag before he became the fan favorite.
Oh, So you know what I'm thinking? Maybe if that's the case, could this be a case of AJ Styles out on the shelf? He was the fan favorite, and here come this piece of shit, man, blew up out of
No,
nowhere.
not like that. Not like that. I think they just dislike. I think they were getting ready to have something, and then the whole bloodline thing. But then again, ain't no telling. It could be some old history. Who knows?
Yeah. Well, the funny thing I found about that is, you know, you got Randy Orton. He's looking, and he's just kind of like, you know, Randy ain't do shit. But of course, I don't expect Randy to fight nobody else's battle. But he kind of looking like, the fuck going on here? So even Randy looked just as confused as everybody else. So, but look, we got AJ Styles back, so that's another person, man. Depending on how you want to play it, you know, that you could say, man, hey, what does he have up his sleeve for Mania? What he got up his sleeve for the Royal Rumble, the Elimination Chamber?
Could be LA Knight, you know what I'm telling. He could be getting the fight of Roman. Maybe he'll go after Roman Reigns, but I think it'll be the whole LA Knight thing that they'll deal with first.
Bro,
right now we got that dirty Don Callis talking in the ring. Chris Jericho's on the commentator. I didn't realize Chris was on commentating.
Well, speaking of Chris, dude, his partner, Golden Jets member Kenny Omega, he's out indefinitely, man. You and I, when I brought it up in the text, you said something earlier. You're like, you know, did AEW already know this? And then they just, you know, Kenny tried to thug it out? Or is this like brand new news to everybody? Kenny Omega said on his, you know, on his Twitter, you know, he's been dealing with this for a while. He's been trying to fight it out. But then again, we already knew, allegedly, AEW, Tony Khan already knew of Bryan Danielson's injury and still let him continue to fight. And they received a lot of criticism about that. CM Punk said when he was hurt the first time, Tony Khan was like, hey, look, man, you know, can you still try to do business? And he made his opinion on about that. Bro, if Tony Khan did know about Kenny Omega's condition, maybe not the extent of it, and now we have him out indefinitely, again, for the second time in less than 2 years, does he need to be held accountable more than Kenny Omega?
No, because Kenny probably came back too early any damn way. Because Kenny was already scheduled to be out for a year, and he did about just a year, but he came back and wrestled, and he came back and did a lot. So, you know, I kind of feel like it's not on TK, but it's on TK because, you know, he doesn't have to let these guys wrestle. But if Bryan Danielson's got a timetable and he just wants to go, he's going to go. I mean, you know, at the same time, you got to protect these guys. But at the same time, if this is what they want to do, this is what they want to do. Kenny he's on a different path than Bryan Danielson. I think Bryan Danielson's ready to call it quits. But at the same time, I can understand the criticism. I can definitely understand the criticism for AEW and Tony Khan and some of the decision making when it comes to some of these characters. And CM Punk, I mean, bro, I'm trying to figure out which injury. Well, then again, you also got. I also want to know, was that before or after he had got injured, and they didn't take the title off of him? Because because I'm like, man, he got injured. Like, why is he holding the title? Take the title off him. He got hurt.
Yeah,
he got hurt. Put the title on somebody else. Let him come back. Let him win it, and then boom, they can go from there. Like that's what you could have did, but. Again, I don't blame it all on Tony, but I don't blame it all on, you know, I don't take not blame on some of the wrestlers that make their own decisions.
No, absolutely. I mean, you said something, man, that kind of struck home with me. My thing is this: I do understand it as a promoter, right? As an owner, CEO, whatever you want to call it, that, you know, ultimately, you know, you are the responsibility of your talent is in your hands. But like you said, at the end of the day, man, if somebody doesn't let on to, you know, make you think or let you know that they're as injured as they maybe could be or are, or if they feel like they can fight through it, hey, at the end of the day, I don't want to be that guy, but I'm gonna be that guy, bro. Business is business. You know, Kenny Omega getting paid a nice amount of change, and if he feels like what he's getting paid is enough for him to go out there and put his body on the line, hey, it is what it is. Because I'm pretty sure if he didn't want to do it, he didn't want to do the Continental Classic, right? TK even said, you know, he wanted TK in the Continental. Wanted Kenny in the Continental. He didn't want to do it. Maybe he already knew he wasn't physically up to do it.
I feel like he wasn't either, but again, man, Kenny's just got to be Kenny, and sometimes what he does is detrimental to himself. So that's why I can understand where people say, what part of it does TK take responsibility for? But at the same time, these guys know their body, they know what they're feeling. As we got Drywall coming out to fight NJ.
I was waiting to see how long you was gonna wait to say that.
I gotta give her love, But yeah, I think it's 50-50, man. It's really just 50-50 when it comes down to that.
What do you make of people, man, right now? You got so much going on in AEW. What do you make of people, pretty much saying that, again, we talked about people hating on AEW, or people talking so much shit to the point is they want to see AEW legitimately fail. And I think what people don't really realize is
that's because they just want to be right. That's all. People just want to be right. Oh, we told you it was trash. No, motherfucker, it was trash. Y'all just.
But how much of that wanting to be right is overshadowing the fact that because of AEW, we have WWE doing what they're doing. Like AEW, regardless if you like it or not, is great for business. Because I guarantee
AEW will never get credit for that. Okay, as much as we understand that a lot of what WWE has decided they wanted to start do is based on what AEW was doing.
Yeah,
nobody's going to give them credit for that. They're just going to say, oh, Vince finally left and Triple H took over, and now we got it the way we wanted. But you know what? When Triple H was doing this damn thing in NXT, a lot of y'all wasn't really watching NXT all like that either. These bandwagon fans, they just gotta dick ride.
Man, hey, simply
it's
put,
after dark, man. It's after dark. I ain't sugarcoating. It's after dark.
Hey, you said they bouncing on the good old pogo stick, eh?
Man, they bouncing off them balls, boy.
Oh, he said balls deep in the WWE nutsack. I feel it. Oh man,
for real. Again, man. I'm never gonna say AEW is better than WWE. I think some of the more constant wrestling is a little better. But everything else, AEW, WWE is head and shoulders. No doubt about it. But we're going to stop pretending like, oh my God, all of a sudden WWE is doing everything great. No, they're doing things better than what they were before, but they're not doing everything great. And AEW is not being that total terrible. But then again, anything to crap on something that's taken away a little bit from WWE. Even with everything WWE is still doing, AEW still making their mark and doing what they do. And it is what it is, man. People, I don't understand. I don't get people, man. Like we had 15 to 10 years where Impact really wasn't doing nothing. And all we had was WWE. And we saw what Vince was doing with the waste of talent. A lot of these guys were watching at AEW. We saw them in WWE. How many of them really did legit stuff? Sometimes they did and sometimes they didn't. It depends on what Vince felt like. But man, come on, man.
You know the thing that pissed me off is when WWE from 2019 till about 2022, maybe even part of 22, because they didn't really do it this year. When they was doing all those mass releases, where it seemed like every 4 to 6 months it was 20 people here, 10 people here, 30 people.
They released Bray Wyatt.
Exactly. And that's my point. People were bitching and moaning so bad. Oh, WWE don't appreciate talent. Oh, blah, 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 blah. And then it's like, bro, like you have another legitimate, viable wrestling show on a cable network with legitimate exposure. And it's like people were so happy back when wrestlers were getting released. Now, we're just going to act like we forgot the evils and the wrongdoings and the misdeeds of WWE because you're not happy currently with AEW and TK.
But see, as much as people wanted to see some of these people show up in AEW, they also they wanted to see the people show up and AEW failed. Like they were quick to say, well, AEW ain't gonna know what to do with them. AEW brings back CM Punk. Clive, come on, man, you wishing upon a star, bro. Leave it alone. I'm okay if he doesn't go back because honestly, I don't think there's nothing for him to go back to finish to. What you finishing for? You could have just stayed and did what the hell you needed to do. You didn't have to punch some goddamn arrogant ass kid like you wasn't an arrogant ass kid when you were young. Don't act like you didn't think you showed your stubbornness in the early years of the WWE. bro, you ain't no different than these young guys. Like that's sometimes that's the one thing about a veteran. I can understand you want to give guidance to guys and maybe some of the mistakes you made, but some people got to walk their own paths, and you got to let people walk their own paths. If they decide to take your advice, cool. If they don't, cool. But getting a little hissy fit about the shit, man, get over yourselves, man. Because some of y'all were like that. Some of y'all were like that, and now you think everybody's supposed to kiss your ass. Well, there's a way to go about that. There's a reason why Moxley's getting the respect. There's a reason why Jericho's getting the respect. There's a reason why Daniel Bryan's getting the respect. All right, man, CM Punk, maybe you just felt, again, you are who you are, but nobody owes it to you to kiss your ass.
Yeah. And you know what? They kind of remind me of, when we talked with PCO yesterday. By the way, y'all can check that out on the interview tab of the GOW official YouTube page. But no, when he was talking about, hey man, I don't go around giving advice. No, my advice is I give it to him by leading by example. Because like you say, you don't want to come off as that guy who, back in my day, hey, it's a new day. It's a new age. It's a new generation.
Right. Right.
So it's like, what worked back then for you, it worked for you, but this ain't your time. And I think you got to find that fine balance. I can appreciate, as a wrestling fan, I can appreciate CM Punk wanting to get back to the younger talent, because I know what the wrestling business once was. But as we look at it right now, as much as we loved it then, one would say wrestling is probably at its biggest boom right now. We got so much love for the Attitude Era, but right now, as a whole, bro, wrestling has never been hotter. Despite what you feel about AEW, WWE, ROH, New Japan. Like, bro, just think about it. 4 years ago, nobody was talking about New Japan like this. Nobody was talking about ROH like this. Maybe I would say the closest thing, maybe Impact to a degree. But now you kind of got everybody talking like, outside of WWE, AEW, everybody else on the even playing field. Hell, GCW. Who the fuck was talking about them 7 years ago?
No, nobody. But that's the thing, though, because when you think about when you think about Impact, like I said, they had a nice run, but then when it started going downhill, you saw how people viewed it. You saw how people were looking at it. You saw what people were talking about. Of course, everybody thought the same thing that people said about AEW now is the same thing they said about TNA Impact when they decided they wanted to go compete with Monday Night Raw on Mondays. Like, that was a stupid move. That was dumb. Like, there was no you're gonna bomb from doing that, and they bombed. And how long did they last on Monday? Not very long. They saw it wasn't worth it, and it's like, yo, we got to get out of here. It's one thing to have to compete with WWE, but we got to compete with WWE and Monday Night Football. Ain't nobody watching us. And then the shit we were putting on, it wasn't like it was really keeping people. It was kind of pissing more people off. And again, you were competing with people that's going to watch Monday Night Raw over everything. But then when you watch Monday Night Raw and then you sat there and you watched it, what did you do? You bitched and complained because you watched 3 hours of bullshit. You got a whole bunch of matches and none of it really mattered or anything. So you can never, ever be satisfied. That's one thing that I have noticed in these last 4 to 5 years since this new wrestling boom. You can never be satisfied as a fan. You can never be satisfied. You won't. WWE's the best. They do nothing wrong. But when they release people, oh, look at all these ex-WWE people going to these other companies. Dude, do you realize some of these people were already in these companies before they got to WWE? Like, damn, like y'all are really this fucking naive. Y'all are just, man, take your pity out your mouth. What the hell is wrong with y'all, man? Get your mind right.
And that's the thing that kind of confused me, because it's like, bro, everybody can't get used in WWE. And like you said, where the fuck do you think they came from to begin with? These motherfuckers ain't just magically pop up in catering. I mean, bro, they came from somewhere. WWE got them from somewhere. So that's why I'm kind of confused on the hate, because a lot of the hate comes from so-called hardcore wrestling fans. Like, I guess that's what I don't understand. For 20 years when WWE had the monopoly, people are like, oh, the brand split is stupid. The brand split don't work. It ain't nothing but, And for a while, people literally said that SmackDown was just Raw 2.0 because literally you had everybody from Raw show up on SmackDown and half the damn show was just them recapping highlights of what happened on Raw. So it was just like, what the fuck? Then they did the Raw Super Show bullshit, which is like Raw and SmackDown on the same damn show, which is their way
they
of
did
fucking,
that for both shows. The Super Show.
Yeah. Which to me that was dumb. Then you had the anonymous GM, which was even more dumb. It was just like, bro, it got to the point where they tried to do everything to convince you that the shows were different while not being different. And then so you got NXT. And then when Vince fucked that up, then it was like, all right, here come AEW. You got AEW. Now Vince gone. And I knew when Vince left and Hunter took over, you knew the dick riding was gonna go up a little bit, but for y'all just to like switch sides entirely on the whole company is crazy. And again, we talk about tribalism, dude. I don't ever remember like people talk shit about Impact, but I don't believe nobody went out of their way to wish a company to fail.
They did. Oh, they did. Because when the company was failing, all they were saying is, "See, I told you so."
But do you think
the internet just wasn't as big then, but it was being said. People were talking about it. It was being felt. You just didn't have the easy access to talk as much shit as people do now. That's the only difference. And when Clive says, TNA has over 1,000 episodes along with Raw and SmackDown, and they do have 1,000 episodes. But how many of those episodes do people think about? Like they got a nice library. No doubt about it, but man, they had a time period where they were barely on TV, and they're lucky to have survived it as long to even reach 1,000 episodes. So, you got to give them. I'll give them their due. I'll give them their credit, man. But at the same time, they're not in the same class.
You know what's funny to me? You said the word library, and it was announced about a week or so ago that TKO, the parent company of WWE and WWE and UFC, that they've actually bought the rights to the TNA library, which I thought was very interesting. Because I'm like, okay, like how does that work? And then you got allegedly Triple H and Nick Khan in talks with Warner Brothers Discovery, as there is a potential for them not to re-sign AEW, as WWE's looking to shop both Monday Night Raw and SmackDown, and they're not held on keeping Raw on Mondays and SmackDown on Fridays, which is something like, okay. So with those two things, I really want to dive into this Warner Brothers Discovery thing, because it seems like they clearly understand there's a home for wrestling. I mean, come on. You gave AEW 2 new shows and you gave them an extended contract after the first 6 months. Realistically, do you think, and I know it's business, do you think Warner Brothers would turn their back on AEW for WWE?
Yeah, it's business.
Oof. Now, let me ask you this.
Why you say that like you thought I was going to say something else? Man, it's business. It's money. Hell yeah, they'll turn their back on AEW. But guess what? That means there'll be another company looking for AEW. They'll be like, well, we'll take AEW. USA may want to take AEW. It'll be a switch, but at the same time, the money and rights and everything's got to work well together. I think USA is going to Universal, NBC. They're going to definitely put up some money. They got the money to put up. This could be scare tactics just to get what they want out of them, even though we kind of know they'll give it up to them. But again, still, hell yeah, I can see them dipping out on AEW for WWE. Hell yeah.
Would you be opposed? It's funny. With SmackDown, it's a little different. But what are your thoughts, man? I know we kind of touched on it. It'd be weird not saying Monday Night Raw, because people don't really call it Friday Night SmackDown. This has always been SmackDown. But Raw has always been Monday Night Raw, or Raw is War. But it's always been associated with Mondays.
Right. You're right.
Yeah, I was say I can't ever recall the time it wasn't on Monday. So if they do move it off of Mondays, just if they do, or test the waters with that, do you think that will hurt viewership potential?
It could not. I don't think nobody's gonna care because the first few episodes when they finally do debut, I think the problem is people have gotten so used to having it on Monday. You've been on Monday for over 1,000 episodes. It's like, bro, it's already hard enough trying to keep up with other shit throughout the other days of the week. But this one show has been coming on the same day around the same time for more than 20 damn fucking years. Bruh, you best believe it's going to be hard for people to adjust to the new show because people going to still tune to Monday night. All right, man. Why the hell Raw came on here? Oh, damn, that's right. They done moved to a whole new night. Man, that's going to take a minute. And then again, it's still, and again, what else is coming on that day? They're tired of competing with the NFL Monday Night Football, but I don't know if you want to go to none of these other days where you got to compete against NBA basketball. You got to compete with NHL hockey, and when they get to playoff time, boy, man.
Yeah.
And then by the time they finish, guess what? Football season coming back around. NCAA tournament coming around, bro. Look here, you better go back to your Mondays.
Hey, come on. I'm about to say, man. Look, hey. Clyde says if Tony was smart, he'll put ROH on Monday.
No. ROH needs to go in the 10 o'clock Friday night time slot that Rampage is currently holding right now. He's like, Ring of Honor don't need to go on no major night of no major wrestling company. No. Right now, them doing the Thursday or Friday when they do, or Saturday tape, whatever they do, they need to stick with that because right now there's already a monopoly on so many days of the week. You got Mondays, you got Wednesdays, you got Fridays, and now you got damn near every other Saturday or Sunday there's a pay-per-view. So you got about 3 or 4 days a week where the wrestling world is on lock, regardless of what's on that season. I give Ring of Honor Rampage and leave it at that.
And we said that, man. That's been one of our, complaints. Is like, bro, you don't need 3 AEW shows, and then you got Ring of Honor, which apparently right now the Supercard of Honor. I've been keeping up online. Apparently, bro, they doing the damn thing, and Tony was only charging $10 for it. So, man, look, go ahead, get rid of Rampage. You already got Collision. We already said this. We think Collision is honestly the better show anyway. And outside of, Dynamite, because Dynamite is a flagship show, I think you would do just fine with having AEW. And then, too, because it's hard because you got AEW on Wednesday. Then you get it on Friday. Then you get it right back on Saturday. It's like, damn, ROH will be a nice little breakup, in between the 2 AEW shows, I think.
Oh, I agree.
And it's a completely different vibe, so, but yeah.
No, I agree right now, man. We got Penta El Vikingo and Kommander going up against the Action Andretti and Top Flizzite in the main event of Rampage, which that's the main event of Rampage. Wow.
Hey, speaking of El Vikingo, dude, he apparently is supposed to be wrestling in TNA in January too. So I'm a TNA, man. Look, they got him on the card. They got what's my boy Will Ospreay on the card. They trying, man. They got Kushida back. They trying.
Yeah, they are trying, but hey, it is what it is, man. Again, there's only so much you can do in all these companies, man. So, hey, we'll see. We'll see how it works out for them.
I would like to see them, and I don't know how you feel about it or anybody else feel about it, but I miss back during the pandemic when you had all the crossover between AEW and New Japan and AEW, especially with AEW and Impact.
You still have restrictions for Japan, so a lot of people weren't able to show up, or they weren't able to show up until months later. So it was cool. It was cool because they were allowing it, but that was kind of the crazy part that they allowed it. Like they allowed Kenny to go to these different companies and wrestle all these. Hey, but they was allowed it to happen. It was essential business work.
Man, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I don't know what it is about today, but God damn, I'm tired.
I'm ready for it to be over. I am ready for this match shit to be over.
Man, I don't know what it is, man. Like Rampage, it was a decent card. It's just today, whew.
Man, look, Give it to Ring of Honor. I've been saying it. I'm gonna keep saying it. Give it to Ring of Honor. We don't need another AEW show. You got Wednesdays, you got Saturday. Go with that.
I think I'm gonna go ahead and tweet Tony after the show like, hey TK man, Ring of Honor Fridays, please.
Yeah, pretty much. Let's go. Give it to him. At least that would be something different, and you ain't got to really worry about that doing too much. But you could put a lot of good stuff on and see a lot of people that people want to see.
Oh yeah, and for real, because I'm not sure what the ROH format is now. I don't know if it's an hour or 2 hours, but even if you wanted to throw that shit on for like an hour, I feel like that'd be a nice little switch up. You want to do 10 to 11.
Ain't the Cornholio Tuco Penelope? What's happening, mama? I want to say, man, ain't the FTR and Mark Briscoe fighting the BCC tonight?
I think so. Yeah, at the Super Card of Honor.
Yeah. So they got a nice little card. They got a nice little stack. We'll see what they do. You can try to get Tony to interview on your show. Tony's too busy. And he's just too busy. We just gonna say we ain't gonna try, but we gonna say he's too busy.
Yeah. He's got his select same two people. But anywho, hey, we try.
Candy and dandy, that candy makes you dandy.
Hey man, look, got a quarter key by the 3. Yeah.
And it's going to Jacksonville.
Oh man, hey, he might be the owner of the Jaguars, but my homie out there got that Pink Panther. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Oh man, we talking Snowman, and I ain't talking Jeezy. All right, but anywho,
boy.
Hey man, hey, divert from this, man. I ain't trying to get this off. I ain't trying to get this knocked off.
All right, man. Look, we didn't already learn. I told you, man. It's after dark, man. It is what it is at this point, man. But no, man. But seriously, though, man, I think wrestling fans have just become really fickle. First, we're happy to see CM Punk. And it's like first month, AEW don't know how to use CM Punk. CM Punk, they're wasting CM Punk. CM Punk came in doing exactly what the fuck he wanted to. Like, that's the thing. Like, he came in doing what he wanted. He wrestled who he wanted. He wrestled when he wanted to wrestle. That was his thing, man. I don't get how they wasted him when he came in doing what he wanted to do. Now, the whole working while you're injury thing, maybe that was a bit of a bad luck for him, considering he had the whole issue with the what was it, man, that he left when he left WWE? He had what the hell was that? It's like a foot disease or something. It was something he had got. It was something him and a couple other people got, and he had sat out for a while, and then that's when they fired him. I can't remember, man, but
what's it? Did he get a staph infection?
Staph infection. That's what it was, man. It was the staph infection, man. It's just it's like you how did I want to say that? You know what? I forget it. I'm gonna have to let that one slide because I knew where I wanted to go with that, but I don't even think I want to say it like that. But for CM Punk though, man, he came back, he wrestled like he did what he wanted, man. I wasn't perfect, no, but the guy did what he wanted, but yet we just felt we had to crap on the company. Again, we can crap on the company for a lot of things, but oh man, they're wasting so many WWE guys' talent. No more than WWE was wasting people's talent for years. Like that's like, where's that same energy for that? Like that'd be my whole thing. Where's that same energy for that?
It's weird. It's weird because you said it already. You got the WWE dickites. And it's just like I don't understand, bro. Like how you could just be so on the dick of a company to it's like you let them shoot you in the eye over and over and over again and refuse to get a towel and wipe it off and say, hey, I just I don't understand why you just let it dry and close your eyes shut and you just completely oblivious to the realization that yo, you can like more than one company. There's more than one way to do this, too, Cole. You know? Hey, man. Hey, look, you know how you got the Kabuki Warriors? Well, guess what, man? Twitter is full of Bukkake Warriors, okay?
Shut.
Hey, you got a whole bunch of Squirtles on the internet.
Squirtle. All right, man. Right now, man, we are back with this match, man. Vikingo trying to take out Top Flight, but he's doing it with a lot of kicks and flips. Now, I will say that is one thing that has really turned a lot of people off, man. It's the multitude of super kicks and all of that stuff. It's the moves that we thought were held sacred that people were just doing as regular everyday moves and kind of losing the allure of what made that move special.
Yeah.
That's something I can't disagree with a lot of people when they watch kind of like the revolution of the now wrestling. There are some that knows this business and want to work it their way, and there's others that just want to come in and make a quick buck, and that's how they do it.
But you know what? That was something that we've said ever since the beginning of AEW. It's very spot heavy, you know, and the lack of selling for certain moves. Because it's certain moves, man, in WWE, man, motherfucker pull a move off. You're like, God damn, bro, he looked dead. And AEW, that motherfucker pop back up like an NPC. You like, hold on, wait a minute.
Right there, I just rotated the screen. You back up walking down the street towards me, man. Get away with me, Ghost.
Bro, it's like Moxley be storing up 20 finishers and shit, man. Like, hold on, man, hold on. Who keep pushing LB? Like, this ain't what are they doing? But hey,
man. Up, down, left, right, AB.
But I'm not gonna say the name. I'm gonna let you say it. What's the one team that we've always said, man? I like y'all a little 1-2 stepish in every match. It's too choreographed.
Oh, the Young Bucks.
It's like Beyonce on the world tour, man. Bruh, goddamn. Let me see you 1-2 step. It's like 1, 2, 3, super kick.
It was them, but then again, it was Sammy Guevara, because there was a moment where I said he was too lackadaisical. It was kind of guys that were just, the speed, the consistency, the flow of it, where it just was not doing what it needed to do, and it was looking kind of bad. But people also were quick to kind of crap on it because you were looking at the 5 to 6 guys you had, but when you watched the show, you didn't really see them dominate the show. You saw a lot of people kind of come in. You saw the birth of SCU, or so I say the rebirth, when they came in. So it's all about it's all about perception and timing for most people, man, and what they want to remember.
I want to ask you something. It's something that's kind of been bothering me,
but
it's not a deal breaker for me because I understand, what it is. Do you think AEW has gotten away from its identity? Its original identity?
A little bit, but it hasn't, because we're seeing guys come in that are damn, that was a hell of a back suplex on the apron. Damn, dude. Damn. Damn, I forgot. What the hell is the question again? I'm sorry. I watched.
No, you're good, because I caught it too. I was saying, do you think AEW has lost a little bit of its original identity?
A little bit. I do think they did. But yet they still have it by having guys like Vikingo and all these other guys come and wrestle. So like that's kind of always been the idea, identity of AEW. Damn, so many Canadian destroyers on the side of the ring,
man, bro.
But that's kind of the reason why people don't watch it no more. It's like Canadian destroyer, that's a sacred move. Everybody shouldn't just be whipping it out just to be whipping it out like the way they do. That's the hard part. But yeah, man,
you knew when I knew the Canadian destroyer, it lost its smile. When I seen Dustin Rhodes do that shit in 3 different matches, I'm like, oh man, yeah.
I was gonna say, I thought you were gonna say when you seen him do it 4 different times in the same match.
Oh, well, that too, that too. Oh man, Hey, and it's crazy because I still don't think nobody's ever done it as clean as Petey Williams. It was something about the way he did it. It looked like it defied gravity.
It did. And it looked like it hurt when he landed.
Yeah, I'm like, it's like watching somebody do the moonwalk. It's like you see them doing it, but your mind just can't grasp like how the hell, like what the fuck is going on?
Damn. Yeah. why we got a bitch slap fest going on, man? Everybody just get in the ring just slapping people's chest. What the hell is wrong with these guys?
Hey man, it's a chop off.
But this can be just everybody's super kicking. And then look at this, super kicks. Y'all just tainted the super kick like the sweet chin music.
I told you, bro.
Really? Okay, all these extra kicks. Don't y'all back up and kick each other again? I swear to God. Yeah, this is part of what the people like, but this is part of what they dislike it, man.
Hey, this shit went from WWE 2K to No Mercy.
You stupid. We had cancel shows too. Tough Enough, Sunday Night Heat, main event, list goes on. The downfall in AEW, they do not have champions on every show, like example, Seth, Raw, Roman, SmackDown. Actually, they do. They have champions on every show. They have different champions. But you see all the champions, they always be on all the different shows.
Hell yeah. I'll tell you a champion I don't mind seeing. Timeless Tony Storm, yeah.
Come lay across the table anytime.
Yes, and pull an orange out your trousers.
You a fool.
Hey, you know what I just realized was off punishment? Rick Knox.
Why you say that?
I just realized.
Oh, wow. It's the main event of Rampage. They don't care about that. All right. Match over. Goddamn. Match over. That was tough.
Clive laughing his ass off. He's an LOL orange.
Oh, man. Hey, for real. Any else? What's up, man? SmackDown already done? Oh, yeah, sir. It's 11 o'clock. SmackDown been off. Rampage just finished up. What happened to Ray Phoenix? He's been injured out for a while, so that's why. When he won the international championship, he had got hurt, and I think he got severely hurt, so he's gonna be out for a while.
Yeah, buddy. Oh man. Good God Almighty.
All right, now is Top Flight gonna forgive Penta for putting his brother through them tables and breaking his ankle?
Man.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got Brody King. I'm sorry, hold on, because they got like quite a few matches for tomorrow night for Collision. They got Claudio and Andrade. They got Eddie Kingston versus Daniel Garcia, and then we got Brody King going up against the One-Eyed Bandit, aka Solid Snake, Bryan Danielson. If you know the video game, you know the video game.
Man, you know it's crazy. My mom was in the gutter because it's after 11 o'clock. So you said the One-Eyed Bandit, Solid Snake. I thought that was a wee joke.
No. That's a video game reference. If you know, we know.
All right. My bad.
Yeah, Clive, we already hip to that, bro. You telling us we already talked about that, Clive? Where you at? What you been doing, Clive? Have you not been paying attention to us, man? We already talked about Charlotte being gone.
Hey, speaking of a video game, I mean it is a video game, but I'm talking about the movie. Yo, I finally seen that Spider-Man.
Which one?
With the 1,000 Spider-Mans, the one that came out like a year ago or so. Not even a year ago. Like,
Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
Bro, you been late, man. You need to watch the second one, and I missed some of your show. Oh, my bad, Clive. Yeah. We talked about Charlotte being gone, but no, you missed. You got to watch the first one. I mean, if you've seen the first one, cool. But that second one but you got to see that first one. That first one really was set it off. Yeah,
because I just seen the last one because I guess the next one coming out February. I believe it said it was coming out.
They might have pushed it back because of the strike.
You know what? You're right. I did see something online. It was supposed to come out in February, but they did push it back because of the writer's strike.
Right. It's all good, Clive, man. It's all good, Clive. It's all good, man. I thought you was on. I could have swore I thought you was on when we talked about Charlotte being gone for a while. Because that's where we talked about Kenny Omega too. But it's all good. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. That's what I want to say. That's when that happened.
Yeah, I was looking at this like, all right, I can get jiggy with this shit, you know.
Right.
I mean, hey, I told you I'm on a mission right now, man. You know, in my 30s, I'm trying to catch up on all my childhood superheroes that I've never seen.
All right, well, man, look here, man. You're gonna have plenty of it to watch. Man, they changing it up and doing things so damn much, and it's ridiculous.
I'm just pissed that it was a 2.5 hour motherfucking movie, and y'all still made me wait on the cliffhanger. Like, what the fuck? Y'all could have cut 30 minutes of this shit.
Because it was originally supposed to come out. This one was supposed to come out, and then this one, it was supposed to come out when it did, and then the other one was supposed to drop originally in February. But I think they pushed it back because the animation ain't done yet. So, you know, they got to make sure all of that is done. You know, that animation takes a long time. So it was halfway done.
They put a lot of detail in that shit. Cause I'm like, all the different styles, like the comic book style.
And that's why it's taking a little longer. So it may take a little bit longer to get out. Because I don't think the third movie was complete. So they got to make sure they draw everything up and make sure it's right. They can't half it. You're winning awards for this shit. Top-notch awards for this shit. You can't mess it up. You got to do it right.
Well, look, man, I'm here. You know, I didn't understand it, but I see the light now, y'all. I see the light now.
Yeah, no, for sure. But it's all good though. But Clive, Champ, Neos, Aladdin, who showed back up again. Man, we appreciate y'all for coming out and hanging out with your boys, man. Woo, Penelope, she got to come out and say what's up to the boys. Yeah, man, but I'm not a bad night. If I gotta rate it, I would say 2.6. Being humble.
Easy.
Easy.
Man, well, bro, look. Oh, hold on. We got another comment. Who that?
He says, enjoy your night, guys. Generation of Wrestling Podcast, Clive, man. We appreciate you, Clive, man, as always, brother. We appreciate you.
You know what? Speaking of, man, hey, Earl, Leo, man, look, I'm feeling some type of way. I'm feeling, hey, this three shows. There's 3 shows now.
Earl showed up yesterday.
Did he show up yesterday?
Yeah, he commented. Actually, he showed up tonight. He commented.
All right, well, Leo, I'm on your ass, and I know you're on Facebook because I seen you liked our post earlier. I know you're on Facebook. Yeah. Yeah. I'm on. You said Paul, bro.
Because you said you on his ass, and I said Paul.
I am. I like shit, and I want you to be on my show.
Oh, well, you know what? I'm gonna just shut the fuck up. I'm gonna just shut the fuck up.
You know who I feel like we are right now? You ever seen Mason Cameron podcast?
Man, hey, look, hey. I'm gonna just say good night, folks. I got nothing else to say. No mas. No mas.
And this is why the GOW don't need to be on After Dark.
No mas, man. Hey, man, it's time to go to bed. Let's go. It's time to go to bed, man. It's time to go to sleep.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on another episode of GOW After Dark. Before we get out of here, gotta get some part words from a good friend of the GOW.
You are listening to the GOW podcast because, we always like to do it with a little hardcore country.
Bye-bye, bitch.